Hey everyone, Adrian here with Golex Properties. If you're ready to sell your property and entertaining a few contracts or offers from various home buyers, there's one thing that you want to make sure you double check, and that's the fine print. Today we're going to discuss a few common pitfalls that we see certain sellers calling us about that we want to make sure we make you aware of before you sign your contract. The first one is the type of contract that you're signing. You want to make sure in the state of Florida that's a FAR, also known as a Florida State Approved contract. This contract will protect you as the seller and the buyer equally. It's a bilateral agreement. You want to make sure if you're not signing a FAR contract, you do consult with an attorney or you call a local real estate agent that can help guide you through the agreement you're signing. The second pitfall that we want to make sure you're aware of is assignability. This one is probably the most important because it tells you as the homeowner if the person you're selling the property to intends on actually closing on that deal, or if they want to have the option to assign that contract to another buyer. If the contract is assignable, make sure that the escrow deposit is not refundable. So there's various options they can select from. The option we choose is our contracts are non-assignable, meaning we're the person buying, we're the entity buying your property. If the option that you are entertaining is assignable, there's two options they can select. The first one gives them the ability to basically release their liability if they do not purchase the property. The second one gives them the ability to assign the contract. However, if they do not close, you as the homeowner are entitled to the earnest money deposit. The third pitfall is proof of funds. You want to make sure any offer you're entertaining is coming accompanied by either a bank statement showing that the buyer has the resources available to purchase the property, or a bank letter that they have financing in place to be able to buy your house. This is extremely important. We've seen a lot of deals come to the closing table, and at the last second, the buyer tells the seller that they don't have the funds to purchase the property, and deals often fall apart due to this. The last pitfall we want to make sure you're aware of is novations. This is something we've seen on the rise in the Florida market. If you are signing a FAR contract, this won't be included. However, if the contract's not FAR, keep in mind that buyer can add different terms to that agreement that you may not be aware of. Novations may be one of them. This gives them the ability to simply list the property on the MLS and try to find a buyer at a higher price that they can then flip the property to. So keep a lookout for any novations or any clauses that you're not aware of where they want to list the property while they're under contract with you. When you're selling a property, you should be selling it directly to that buyer. Feel free to ask as many questions as you can. At Golex Properties, we review contracts every single day. Free of service, free of charge. If you're not sure and you have another offer from another buyer or another company that you're not sure about, feel free to give us a call. We'd be more than happy to walk you through it and highlight any pitfalls or any red flags that you should be aware of. Anytime we send you one of our offers, we like to take the time. Often takes anywhere between 2 to 3 minutes just to review the offer with you line by line, just to make sure you understand those terms clearly and you know exactly what you're signing. Everything is straightforward and transparent. So feel free to give us a call today or let us know how we can help.